So today I got a pretty important thing to unbox, but it's pretty big, so I'm gonna step a little back here. And in this Amazon box here, it's kind of like a new box. I've been getting these a few times now, so pretty cool. Have this indentation. I don't know, but yeah, let's open this up and see what we got here. Now this here is an ozone machine, and this basically cleans out the smell in your car or in your room or your house, whatever you might want to call it. Sometimes, you can get some sort of mold smell, or in your car if somebody smokes. Those kind of smell never really go away. So here we go. We got this, and this is kind of what the box looked like. Now, I never really used this thing before, so I don't really know much about it or the brands and things like that, but here's one that I actually kind of found. Not too cheap, not too expensive, somewhere in the middle. I believe this one was like 60 bucks or so. So I'll leave the link in the description, of course. So if you guys want this, you can check it out. And before I even open up this thing, I just want to tell you guys, if you want to know the update of how this thing actually does and how it functions, if anything changes or whatever the major changes with this thing is, I'll definitely leave in the description so you guys can check that out. So let's open this up. Now the reason why I got this thing is because I'm doing Turo, and some people for some reason just doesn't understand that you can't smoke in other people's car. I ended up finding so many people, and they pay the fine, but then they would not stop smoking for some reason. I don't know why. Now they give you a tag, and this tag is very important because this tag can save your life or somebody else's life. Now, because this ozone machine works in a way where it can, pretty much mess up your lungs, it is very important that whatever treatment you're doing, there's no living stuff in there, right? Plants, pets, anything that is living and you want them to live, you do not want them to be in the spot that this machine is running. That is very important. So, definitely keep this around just in case, people don't enter the space accidentally, right? And then we've got a manual, shows the front, back with, all the parts and knobs and all the functionalities and things like that. Wait, I think I saw something important here. Okay, so you can replace the maintenance. There is maintenance on this. You can replace the plate. So how to replace a plate, that's the maintenance. When the air purifier no longer produces enough ozone to be effective, the ozone plate should be replaced. Be sure the power is off. Pull holder latch, take the ozone plate out, install a new one. So basically you can replace the ozone plate when this stops working, so don't throw it out, I guess. And then here we go, we got the machine. I'm kind of glad I read that, because imagine after some time this stops working and I just throw it out instead of just changing the plate. How would that be? Now the cord actually comes separate, kind of looks like a computer cord. Kind of like your classic desktop cord. So in case you lose this, you could just take it off of your PC and then use it, I guess. Same one, 3-prong. Cool. Pretty long length. That's also cool. This is the machine here, and it looks like a power supply, honestly. Doesn't it? I mean, look at the back. It got a big fan and everything. Cool. Not bad. So this is the front here, and we got a meter which starts from off and then ends all the way to hold. We've got minutes. Well, these are the minutes actually, so you can basically put a clock on it and then it'll run. I guess the hold means it just runs indefinitely until you shut it off, I guess. There's a light here, so that's pretty cool. There aren't any switches because there shouldn't be any switches, because you're not supposed to be near this thing when this operates. So for example, let's say if we have a person who smoked in the car, we would place this in the car, connect the wire and everything, and then go outside, shut the door and everything, and then walk outside, and then I guess we can just plug this in. We can have this timer set up to, maybe like 30 minutes or so. Cool. So the timer keeps going, I guess, even though it's not plugged into the power. So, pretty cool, honestly. I think this definitely complies with a lot of safety stuff, I guess. But either way, you can plug this in and it'll run. And then I guess it'll shut off after the timer is up. Or if you put it on hold, you could just unplug this thing and it'll shut off. But you got to make sure that all the doors and windows and everything in the car is off. And double check if there's any living things in there that you don't want to die, And then double check if there's any living things inside the vehicle. Very important. So yeah, I guess that's how it works. And I've, it got some good reviews and everything. So, pretty cool. Not bad. I mean, it looks very simple in here. Just like board and like this plate where the ozone thing goes. And then like there's a big fan in the back. It's pretty simple looking, honestly. If something breaks in here, you could probably like, take these screws off and like replace parts on your own. But yeah, it definitely says use in unoccupied places only. So that is very important to follow. But it also has a handle, as you guys saw, what I was holding by. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm definitely not an expert on this. So I'm not gonna put a video on like how to use it and things like that. But use it responsibly if you guys get one. And if something changes with this, or if it works and doesn't work, I'll definitely let you guys know in the description. And if you guys want to hear a story about the smoking thing, let me tell you. And before you guys go, if you guys want to learn about why I need this thing and the story behind it, I'll let you know right now. Or you guys can leave. The video's done. So I actually had this guest some time ago, and she was picking up her car, and before that I had to do the check-in so she can do a self-check-in or whatever. So I was doing that, and when I went to details, I see that she had a 2-star review. So okay, pretty concerned that she has a 2-star review, and that's the only review she has. So I have no idea what this person is like, right? Except for bad things that are coming to my mind. So I read the review, and the guy wrote so many things. The previous host, he wrote the car was returned late, it was smoked in, and then there were so many other things, right? She didn't fill up the gas and a lot of other things. Cool. Now I just wanted to make sure that she does not do that to me. So I ended up calling her in person, right? And I was asking her, hey, you're supposed to pick up the vehicle in a couple of hours, so I just want to make sure that whatever happened with the previous booking doesn't happen with me. So I just want to make sure of that, otherwise I can cancel the reservation, things like that. So she promised me she's never going to do anything like that, and some misunderstanding happened last time. And I was like, yeah, sure. But, I definitely thought that she wouldn't do it again, for sure, right? Especially, when I kind of called her out on it. So I don't remember how long she borrowed the car for. I think it was just a day, actually. Yeah. And she borrowed the car, and when it was returned, she did a late return one. Okay. She extended it at first because she couldn't return it on time. And then when it was time to return it, she was like 2 minutes late. Not a big deal, right? Then she checked out on her phone before she even got to the place where she's supposed to park. I'm looking at the camera, the car is not there. So I'm like, wait, what just happened? Like after 2 minutes, she rolls up, whips the car in the driveway really fast, and then parks the car. Cool. And then I was like, okay. That day, actually, I had my wisdom teeth removed, so I don't even know how I had any of those since, but yeah, it was a lot for me that day. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go out and clean the car up because I just have another guest coming up soon, right? So, I was kind of doing, even though with all the pain, I was going to go and do that work. Then I, walk down, I'm about to walk downstairs, and then I see that they still haven't left. So it's been like 15 minutes and I'm just waiting around. And then I texted her saying, hey, let me know when you return the key and things like that. And she told me, okay, I'm just waiting for my Uber. Okay, cool. I mean, she did the checkout like 2 minutes before she even arrived. So now I'm just like, okay, what's going to happen now? Then I wait and I wait and I wait. She got a ride, but it was like almost like 60 or maybe 50 something minutes. So it was like near an hour that, I kind of waited around and, waited for her ride. In the meantime, there were a lot of groceries on top of the car. And I was like, oh my God, that's going to scratch the life out of that paint, Yeah, it was very painful to see a lot of those groceries on top of the car, especially when it was very dusty. So it was really painful to see. And then she left, and then she texted me, okay, late return. And I'm pretty upset because I'm having to deal with all this tooth pain already. Okay. Then I go outside to clean the car, and my God, the cigarette smell was really bad. Now, mind you, this was actually, she told me that her grandma passed away, so, I wasn't going to charge her for, the late fee or whatever. I understand she's been going through some stuff, and, cool that I got to understand it, things like that. Then I go downstairs, and I open the car door, and smell cigarette, and I'm like pissed at this point, right? And I'm just thinking in my mind, God dang it, I'm gonna charge her for everything. Oh, I forgot to actually tell you guys that she did an improper return, and basically what she did was she is supposed to put the key in a lockbox. I even gave her the code for the lockbox, but then she threw it in a garage and then locked the garage up. I don't even know how she opened the garage. It's probably open. But either way, yeah, she didn't even tell me or anything. I have no idea what happened. Then I asked her for the key, and then she showed me where the key is, through, I guess, a picture or whatever. I'm like, okay, I just gave you a code, and you just completely ignored my messages or things like that. And then, you just threw the key in there with the thing. Then I walk into the car. The car smells like cigarette. Now I'm already pissed. Three things already went wrong here. And then I'm like, okay, now I have to sit down and, deal with all of this, right? Then I turn the car on, and she didn't even fill up gas. So I take the car to the gas station, and I fill up the gas. It was like $14 and some cents. So it wasn't like a little bit of gas missing, right? That's a lot of gas missing from a tank. So I was like, wow, that kind of sucks because that's a lot of money. So I ended up, I just sat at the gas station and I charged her for the gas money first. Then I charged her for smoking. Then I charged her for improper return because the late return was going to be a little bit more money. But, I just wanted to give her a break and kind of facilitate that. But when I asked her about the smoking thing, she completely denied it. But she did definitely smoke in the car, and I know it. So, the next guy who came to pick up the car, he made me write a message saying that I understand that it already smelled like cigarette. Now, I look really bad in front of that other guest. Until this day, he still hasn't, rated me yet. I think it's going to be over soon, but I still, haven't rated him. So, there's like this little tension going on between us for no reason because of this lady. and all my reviews are 5 stars. So I was jeopardizing a lot of things for this lady's mistake. So the whole car smells like cigarette. I hate the smell of cigarettes, so it was a big issue for me from that point of view. And on top of that, I definitely don't want to give somebody a car with cigarette smell on it, right? So I don't know why she did that. And then, every single local person that I rent to, honestly, just smokes, no matter what you tell them, no matter how much you message them, they just smoke. I don't know what happened with the local population here, but that kind of sucks, that really sucks. But either way, if you're running a business, you have to do what you have to do and keep at it, I guess. I don't really have an option or choice but to, use ozone cleaners and things like that to get the work done faster. Because I did spend like hours trying to clean that, smell out, and then didn't work out. So I hope this works. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.